number, 232412.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland praying on behalf of Ms. Miller. Ms. Miller, would you please take the name?
Candace Miller.
Right. And so today's the date scheduled for probation violation hearing. It's alleged that Ms. Miller violated her probation terms for which she's on probation for operating while impaired by alcohol. She was sentenced on January 25th in this matter. She previously had a probation violation and a bond violation April 16th. And in this matter, it's alleged that Ms. Miller failed to appear for drug testing May 14th, May 30th, and June 6th. And counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. I had an opportunity to speak to Ms. Miller. At this time, we are prepared to waive any sort of contested hearing and enter a guilty plea to the violations.
All right, please raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this man to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. And you heard the allegations that were placed on the record, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to those allegations, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And you've gone over your advice of rights for probation violation purposes with your attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand all of those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand by entering into a plea that you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your right to a contested hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea. Specifically,
yes, Your Honor.
Probation is to revoke probation, close the case without improvement, pay a $50 probation violation fee, serve 10 days jail, and then 60 days on the alcohol title after you've served your jail time.
Yes, Your Honor.
And knowing all that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, I have a question. I'm just trying to figure out this new system. Can you see my face, or am I completely blocked by the computer monitor?
No, I can see you.
Oh, okay. All right. And so, counsel, if you can please vote your client.
Sure. Ms. Miller, are you currently on probation through the Wyandotte District Court?
Yes, sir.
As a term and condition of your probation, are you to test when required to do so through
yes, probation?
Sir. Did you fail to test as ordered on May 14th, May 30th, and June 6th of this year?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that those are violations of your probationary terms, correct?
Yes, sir.
Satisfied, Judge.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea per the plea agreement, per the probation violation. And counsel, as to the recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. I would simply just be asking for consideration for leniency on behalf of Ms. Miller. It's not that she's not testing because she's trying to hide something from this honorable court. She simply just didn't have the money. She's apologetic, but every other test that she has been taking has come back negative. She's not trying to deceive the court in any way. She is employed at this time for a catering service. We did discuss the ramifications of not testing. She understands that could lead to jail time. Moving forward, Judge, I don't believe it's going to be an issue whatsoever. Ms. Miller is going to do everything she can within her power to ensure that she completes all the terms and conditions of her probation. Taking that all into account, I'd be asking for leniency on her behalf, Judge.
Okay, so ma'am, you're saying that you didn't have any money to pay for your tests, correct?
Yes, it is the money for the transportation because I still don't have a vehicle. So that's hard. And then, bills, and I had some stuff break at my house. So I had to pay a plumber $2,000 that I didn't have. So. But I do have tests here. I did test on 5/31, 5/10, and 5/9. I know that's not the 14th. I must have just misheard or missed that because every test I do try to at least make an appearance, even if I'm right at the end or, I'm having trouble getting out of work. But I do fill out this sheet. So I do have that as proof that I went. I don't know if you can see them.
I'm not sure what that is.
That's the on-site substance abuse log that you have to take with you that they sign off on when you test.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. You missed 3 tests, so how could you have had that filled out?
So I don't remember the date, but one of those tests was on a Friday and they closed early on Saturday and I wasn't able to make it in to retest because I came in at 6:45 or 6:42 and they closed at like 6:50 on the dot pretty much. And I wasn't able to make it back in and I just couldn't make it back in. It's too hard without having a car and transportation and everything else. But it's no excuse. I did not complete my end of the deal. So
Did you communicate with your probation officer at all about that?
I did not. I did not.
Ma'am,
Because
if you would have communicated, perhaps there could have been some accommodations made.
yeah.
But when you don't communicate, there's a presumption of it being positive, and you were given that information, were you not?
Yes, I was. Yep. I was.
And in February, one of your violations was that you failed to test as ordered. And
Yes, Your Honor.
as a result of that, the court had you complete 10 years of community service and increase your testing. And now
Yes.
you've missed 3 tests within a 3-week period.
Yes, I did. You said one of those dates that I missed was 5:30.
Yes.
Okay, I did appear there on 5:31, so I did go the next day.
Okay, and you're familiar with the hours of the testing facility, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you were to test today, what's in your system?
Nothing.
How do you arrange to get back and forth to work?
I'm sorry.
How do you get back and forth to work?
I Uber or I ask friends for rides that are their off days. So on their off days, I go to work. And if all else fails, I have to call the owner of the company and she'll come and grab me and pick me up.
Okay, and so do you have a plan in place, ma'am, that in the event your color gets called, somebody will be able to take you that day?
It's not consistent, so it's different every time for me. So I have to find a ride when I call in and figure it out that day.
Well, ma'am, here's what the court's going to do. This is technical violations 3, 4, and 5. You previously had a violation for the same allegation of failing to appear for a drug test. So the court, at this point, is going to adopt the recommendation. The court's going to order probation to be revoked, $50 probation violation fee, 10 days jail, and the court's going to order 60 days on the alcohol teller upon your release.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so what is your work schedule this week, ma'am?
I work until Friday. I work every day until Friday, and then I have Saturday and Sunday off, and then I work Monday through Friday again.
Okay, well, you're going to have to let your boss know that you're not going to be in there next week because you're going to give me until Friday night to report. What time is your schedule on Friday?
Friday, I should get off by 11 p.m.
11 p.m.?
Yes, 11 p.m.
All right, I'll have your report Saturday, June 22nd then, ma'am.
Saturday the 22nd, and where do I go?
Yes, you're going to contact Ms. Shaw. She'll tell you where to go. And so you'll be reporting by 10 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you as well. Let's go off the record for a moment. All right, we are going to go on the record in the matter of Scott Mowat, 23397. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Mr. Mowat. Mr. Mowat, would you please state your name for the record?
Scott Mowat.
All right, very good, thank you. And today's the date scheduled for probation violation. Mr. Mowat, you are on probation for malicious destruction of property, and it's under 771.1 status. And you had a violation, oh, no, I'm sorry, it's not under 771.1 status. You were sentenced April 24th. You had a violation hearing. What is it, Mark? Okay, I'm slightly confused because my stamp shows April 1st, but he hadn't even been sentenced yet. That must have been May 1st. Where you pled guilty to a probation violation. We adjusted the pay date. Modified the testing location. Managed in jail for any future violations. Now it's alleged that you tested positive for alcohol May 3rd, May 24th, failed to appear for drug testing June 11th, and tested positive for alcohol on June 12th. And so, counsel, what's happening today?
Yes, Your Honor, and after speaking with Mr. Mowat, we are prepared to waive any sort of contested hearing and enter a guilty plea to the allegations.
It was May, that's why I'm just confused. It was April 24th of 2023, you were sentenced, and April 1st of 2024 is when there was a probation violation hearing, and that was for technical violations 1 through 10. All right, sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. And sir, you heard the allegations that were placed on the record, correct?
Correct.
As to those allegations, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And you've gone over your advice of rights for probation violation purposes with your attorney, correct?
Yes.
And you understand all of those rights?
Yes, I do.
You also understand by entering into a plea that you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your right to a contested hearing.
Yes.
And you understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea?
Yes, I do.
All right. And specifically that the recommendation is for probation to be revoked, continue your monthly payments because there's restitution owed to the victim in this matter, and serve 15 days jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And knowing all that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to waive your right to have a contested hearing in this matter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and counsel, if you can please party your client.
Sure, Mr. Mowat, are you currently on probation through the Wyandotte District Court?
Yes, I am.
As a term and condition of your probation, are you to not test positive for any drugs or alcohol?
Correct.
Did you in fact test positive for alcohol on May 3rd, May 24th, and June 12th of this year?
Yes, I did.
And as a term and condition of your probation, are you to drug test and alcohol test when ordered to do so?
Yes.
Did you fail to test as ordered on June 11th of this year?
Yes.
Satisfied. And you understand that those are all violations of your probation, correct?
I understand.
All right. Satisfied, Judge.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violation, indicate technical violations 11, 12, 13, and 14. Will enter, and counsel adds to the recommendation.
Your Honor, Mr. Mowat is extremely apologetic. He admits that he has a problem currently where he's working. I guess alcohol is rampant. He has a drinking problem. While he's been on probation, he has completed his community service. He does start his anger management course, I believe, next week or this week. If anything, Judge, I would just be asking for leniency on behalf of my client at this time.
Where is it that you work, sir? I work at a fancy restaurant in Eastern Market. It's called the Midnight Temple. Can I have an opportunity to explain something?
Sure.
All right. I worked at, my last probation violation, the restaurant expanded another 3,000 feet. So I'm responsible for maintaining the entire restaurant. I realized, just in the last couple of weeks, the place is such a party atmosphere, like Mardi Gras. I should not be in a bar whenever people are partying. It's just I'm an alcoholic. So if I can work during the day hours, it's the party atmosphere is so extreme there. The temptation, I'll admit, it's just too much temptation. So I would not want to close the bar anymore. I mean, I can work during day hours, but after 9 o'clock at night, I have no business being around that crowd. And I come to that realization, I have no business to be in a local bar. So I can make arrangements with my employer to change my hours where I'm not closing the bar every night till 2 a.m. That's just, I don't need to be around a big party atmosphere. That's been recently been I realize that's my problem. I do not need to be around a big party crowd with all the temptation. It's not going to work for me. It has nothing to do with contempt of court or the probation rules. And I do have one request, for whatever jail time I'm sentenced to. If I could start on Monday, I can take care of my affairs, and I'll be more than glad to, do whatever jail time that you find appropriate. That's my only request.
Okay. And so, sir, when did you received a copy of this recommendation, correct?
Excuse me?
You received a copy of the violation or the recommendation, right?
I just filled out one form.
No, sir, you were notified as to what your violations were, correct?
Oh, yes, I received a letter.
Okay, and when did you receive that letter?
I believe I picked it up, when I was at the house on Friday.
At the house on Electric?
No, that's a previous address. My address is on Mulberry Street.
The one in Southgate?
Correct.
Correct. Okay, so you're aware as to what the possible penalty was. And, sir, this is violations 11, 12, 13, and 14. I'm not necessarily, leaning towards giving you until Monday. Given your alcohol consumption and the issues you have with alcohol, and that this is now the there's 3 allegations that you failed, or that you tested positive for alcohol in these matters, and your previous violations are failing to submit to drug testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those times. The court's not inclined to give you until Monday, sir.
Well, my wife is flying in from Missouri today. If I could start Friday, would even be perfect. I just want to get her into an apartment in her own vehicle.
Well, why wouldn't she be staying at the house with you?
Her father died and she just completed selling his estate yesterday.
Okay, so
So
does she
I'd like
live in Missouri, or does she?
She's flying back here tonight.
Okay, so she was just in Missouri to handle her dad's affairs?
Going through probate court. And
Okay,
it was very time consuming.
and so you're saying she's flying back today, but you need to get her set up in an apartment. Why wouldn't she just return to the home?
We don't have one. I don't have a home for her right now. She's been gone.
Why wouldn't she be living with you?
because she was in Missouri for the last almost 10 months.
Sir, you reside in Southgate, correct?
Yes.
So,
Well, that's more basically more of a mailing address for me. I don't really stay there very often.
well, where do you live?
In the restaurant where I work.
You live in the restaurant.
I stay at the restaurant because I have to take 3 buses downriver and 3 buses in the morning to get back there. So I've just been staying in the restaurant.
Okay. Well, sir, your wife was handling her dad's estate in Missouri for the last 10 months. I'm sure that she can navigate the apartment process. The court's going to have your report today. Court's going to revoke probation. The court's going to order 15 days jail. You're to continue your monthly payments on restitution, specifically restitution. You have an opportunity to contact your boss while you're in custody, sir, and then the $50 probation violation fee was waived. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, but when do I start my custody? I said I just need 1 day or so to take care of my affairs with my.
No, you're going today. You're going out this door. I said you'll have an opportunity to contact your boss, sir, to let them know that you can, you'll be able to return there next week, at the end of next week, upon your release.
So, excuse me, how many days am I being sentenced to?
15 days,
15 days.
yes. All right, thank you. You're going with the officer over here. All right, let's go off the record.